Hello everyone. Welcome back to Jikook Magic. Imagine a day when the world seemed to stop spinning, all because of one name, Park Jimin. On October 3rd, 2025, Incheon International Airport was no longer just an airport. It turned into an ocean of love, a place where thousands of hearts gathered solely to welcome him home. From Paris, the dazzling stage of the fashion world, to Seoul, the homeland filled with longing, Jimin once again proved that he is not just an artist, but a living miracle. What truly happened that day? Let's retrace the touching and magical moments that will forever be etched in ARMY's history. October 3rd, 2025 will always be remembered as an extraordinary day in the hearts of millions of fans around the world. Not just because of the return of an artist to his homeland, but because that miracle has a name, Park Jimin. That day, Incheon International Airport in Seoul suddenly transformed into a sea of love, filled with patient faces, racing hearts, and cheers that echoed as if the world itself had stopped just to welcome one person home. Since morning, thousands of fans had filled the arrival hall. They carried smiles mixed with tears, joy that words could never express. Even though not everyone could see him up close, they were willing to stand for hours, just to witness that fleeting moment when their beloved star stepped out. And when it finally happened, when Jimin appeared at the arrival gate, the entire airport seemed to explode with an energy of love beyond description. 2 days earlier, on October 1st, 2025, the world had already witnessed another magical moment, though in a different light. In Paris, the city of lights, love, and fashion, Jimin stood as Dior's global ambassador at the Dior Women's Spring/Summer 2026 fashion show. His presence wasn't just to fill a seat among global celebrities. He was the center of attention, the embodiment of charisma, and a living representation of aesthetics that transcended language and culture. That day, Jimin appeared in a bold black blazer paired with sleek leather pants. His look created the perfect balance between timeless elegance and fresh modernity. The black blazer symbolized mystery and confidence, while the slim leather pants brought a daring touch that he carried with breathtaking charm. He was like a living painting, mysterious, powerful, yet irresistibly captivating. Every step he took on the runway, every glance caught by the cameras, each was a fragment of magic. The fashion world, often cold and formal, seemed to pause to make space for him. His gaze, his smile, his confident stance, all left an unforgettable mark on anyone who saw him. International social media erupted instantly. The hashtag Dior Prince Jimin trended in multiple countries. Photographers competed for the best spot to capture even one of his gestures. Fashion articles hailed him as the irreplaceable highlight of Dior's show. And once again, the world realized that Jimin is not just a singer, not just a dancer. He is a global phenomenon who can enchant the world. Yet the most touching moment didn't happen in Paris, but in his homeland. On October 3rd, 2025, when Jimin returned to Korea, the atmosphere at Incheon Airport changed drastically. He wasn't dressed in glamorous runway fashion anymore, but in simplicity that only amplified his charm. He wore a floral embroidered sweater from Dior Men's SS26 preview collection, a choice that appeared sweet, soft, yet undeniably stylish. The floral motif wasn't just fabric decoration, but a metaphor for himself. Flowers symbolize growth, life, and beauty that continues to bloom. And so does Jimin, who keeps growing, evolving, and spreading love wherever he goes. The moment he stepped out, the airport roared. Cheers mixed with cries of joy. Some fans covered their faces with their hands, unable to hold back tears. Some shouted his name with all their love, while others stood frozen in disbelief at seeing him in person. Amid the sea of love, Jimin remained as he always is, humble. He waved with a soft smile, bowed his head slightly in respect, and occasionally paused as if making sure to greet every pair of eyes waiting for him. His smile was like a warm embrace, soothing thousands of hearts at once. For many fans, that day was more than welcoming an idol. It was a moment of gratitude. They knew how packed his schedule was, how heavy the responsibility he carried as a global star, and how much pressure followed him everywhere. Yet, he returned safely, wearing a genuine smile, as if silently saying, "I see you. I hear you. I'm here with you." Though unspoken, his eyes delivered it clearly. Many sobbed, hugged their friends, or cried uncontrollably. Amid the crowd, whispers repeated again and again. "He's so beautiful. He's the light. He's love." Ironically, despite coming from different countries, languages, and backgrounds, Everyone there seemed to speak the same language when it came to Jimin, the language of love. That day, once again, the world was reminded that Jimin is more than an artist or a fashion icon. He is a miracle. Every movement radiates light that makes others feel alive. He is love in its most universal form. Not just romantic love, but the kind that soothes, gives hope, and makes the world feel better. There's a reason many fans call him the sun. Like the sun, Jimin always brings warmth into people's lives. He may be far, untouchable, yet his presence always feels close, always gives energy, always makes people believe tomorrow will be brighter. As he walked through the terminal, many quietly remembered his long journey. The young boy who once was just a trainee full of dreams now stood as a global icon. But what truly makes him special is that he never lost his humanity. Jimin is still Jimin, the young man who remains humble, caring, and always strives to spread love wherever he goes. His gaze at the cameras wasn't cold like a celebrity's, but the eyes of someone who truly understands what it means to be loved and how to love in return. In the end, October 3rd, 2025, was not just about Jimin returning from Dior's Paris show. It was the day the world was reminded that Jimin is not only a BTS member, not only the face of Dior, but also a part of millions of hearts. Every step he takes is poetry, every smile is a prayer, and every gaze is a warm embrace that never fades. Behind the black blazer and leather pants in Paris, behind the floral sweater in Seoul, Jimin remains himself. A phenomenal young man full of light, love, and hope. And on that day, in an airport overflowing with love, one truth became crystal clear. Jimin is a living miracle who makes the world more beautiful simply by existing. And so, October 3rd, 2025 will forever be remembered, not just as the return of a star, but as the day the world was reminded that Jimin is light. He is the reason thousands smiled, cried tears of joy, and felt that life is more beautiful just because he is in it. Jimin is not just an artist, not just a fashion icon. He is a real miracle. Thank you for watching Jikook Magic today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss more magical stories about Jimin, Jungkook, and BTS. See you in the next video, and remember, the love Jimin gave that day is the love that will live in our hearts forever.